WMC Memphis, WMFS HD2 Bartlett Memphis, ESPN 790 AM with Colin Coward and The Herd, weekday mornings from 9 a.m. till noon.
Watch the sunrise, new day's dawning, and it's calling you and me. Where the mighty Mississippi flows by Memphis, Tennessee. We've got woodlands, fields, and water. Hey, there is no better way. You can find out all about it on Outdoors with Larry Ray. Make some time, take a family, ask a friend, but don't delay. Listen up and learn about it on Outdoors with Larry Ray. Listen up and learn about it on Outdoors with Larry Ray.
Good Saturday morning. Welcome to another edition of the award-winning Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790. Brought to you proudly by the Tennessee Wildlife Resource Agency, Gaston's White River Resort, and Barton Power Sports. Now, here's your host, Larry Ray.
Hey, good Saturday morning. Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790 on this Memorial Weekend. And not only are we celebrating, what are we celebrating on this day? What are we celebrating on this day? Huh?
Happy birthday, Larry.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, Bill Cooksey. All right, we got to get that in there. We're celebrating my birthday on Memorial Weekend, and I can't think of a better guy to talk to during this segment. Is not only because when I was the outdoor editor to the Commercial Appeal I started back in April of 1988. This is one of the first guys that took me under his giant wing, so to speak, and I knew nothing about bird dogs.
Did he get you on a horse?
No, he never got me on a horse.
Nobody has.
Nobody has. He's tried, but he did. I just hit it off, and I have great respect for this guy because not only of his military service, which we'll talk about later, but his love of Grand Junction and how he has become part of this, and that's my good friend, Gary Lockee. Good morning, Gary.
Good morning, Larry.
Oh, buddy, I appreciate that voice is that's Gary.
That's right.
I know it's Captain Gary Lockee, but I got to call him Gary, even though I respect you so much. And let's get right off the bat. This is my birthday. I'm 72.
Well, now you're just a Boy Scout compared to me. I'm going to be 93 here in just a couple of months. So
there you go.
Wow.
93
Boy
in a couple
Scout.
of months. Yeah, I'm a Boy Scout. So when I'm 93, Gary will be 114. There we go. But let's talk, Gary. I know Grand Junction, it's special to you. And we could go into a whole show, and I think sometime we're going to just sit down with Gary and talk about how he got to Grand Junction and all these different kind of things. But tell us, you sent me something about the joint resolution of the Tennessee legislature. The West Tennessee rural village of Grand Junction has been designated the bird dog and field trial capital of the world. Tell me a little bit about that.
Okay, to start with, there's no place in the world that has more bird dog and field trial activity than Grand Junction, Tennessee. Now, just to prove that, the state of Tennessee House of Representatives, by a House Joint Resolution number 142, honors Grand Junction as the bird dog and the field trial capital of the world. Now, this resolution was signed by the governor, the lieutenant governor, the speakers of both of the Tennessee House and the Senate, and our local state representative.
And what you guys have done, you've got a special designation of a wall. Of course, you had to go to Arkansas to get the native stone, my home state. I'm glad you've got some Arkansas ties to that. Right there at Highway 18 and 57, that's going to be it's a beautiful thing, right?
Yes, it's already been constructed, and it's we call it the complete display that publicly honors and recognizes Grand Junction as the bird dog and the field trial capital of the world. Now, it's got a 20-foot native Arkansas stone wall, 20-foot wide, and 2 wings coming off from the main 20-foot section.
Uh-huh.
And on top of the wall is represented the 4 groups of bird dogs: the pointing group, the retrieving group, and the flushing group.
Yeah.
However, since we've sort of in pointing dog country, we've got a 2-time national champion bronze of Shadow Oath Bow on one side. We've got a life-size bronze of 1992 champion, the Hitchhiker,
Yes.
on the other wall, and we have a 3 times national champion flushing dog, and we have on order now being made a national champion retriever that will be available probably hoping next month or so.
Wow. And this is a great thing, folks, on your way to Pickwick or on your way whatever you might be. When you go to the intersection of 57 and 18, you see this, and then you step back in time and you go into Grand Junction. And, of course, I cut my teeth at Grand Junction, and it's just a wonderful thing to represent that. And I know Gary has worked for having signs placed at certain places to acknowledge Grand Junction off Highway 72, off the interstate, other things like that. And if you haven't been to the museum,
You have to go.
you have to go. I mean, because I know Gary, he's a principal founder of the Bird Dog Foundation. That museum is wonderful to go to. I know all the work that went into that, but this is just we need more time with Gary. But I wanted to get that in, folks, because this is a guy that, and I know Memorial Weekend is special to you, isn't it, Gary?
Well, we served for a long time in World War II. We served in Vietnam, and I look at myself as what they call one of the luckiest survivors in the world, and I'm grateful for that and thankful to the good Lord for looking out for me like He has. And for all these years, I've been blessed beyond anything I deserve, and like I say, I'm just grateful.
Well, and I know Memorial Weekend, this is a man that survivor of about 9 major campaigns in World War II in the Pacific Theater, a veteran of Vietnam War, and as well as the nation's Cold War. And Gary, I've got to ask you, because when you celebrate this weekend, what goes through your mind?
Well, I'll tell you what, I think more than anything else, I was lucky, my ship was lucky, and all the time that I had command of ships and all the times I was on young ships, that you just think about your shipmates that had put in so many long hours, which a lot of people that are not familiar with it, you've got to take care of those ships 24 hours a day, and it takes a lot of dedicated people to do it, and it takes a lot of training and a lot of loyalty and a lot of devotion to what you're doing, and those things perpetuate my mind all the time. And I just had an opportunity to talk to 3 of my shipmates just the day before yesterday.
Really?
And it's just a great feeling to know that our country is protected by such capable people.
Well, Gary, I know there's not many of you left, and you're an exclusive club. And the good Lord's been good to you to enable you to spend these many years and remain active. What do you?
Well, I'm grateful, and I want everybody to know it. We pray about it every day.
Well, Gary Lockee is one of the guys that I know you gave me no hope when we first met. I mean, I can still remember those days. And but Gary was. I needed somebody to guide me, and now that I'm 72, he's still guiding me, and everything. But and one thing I got to throw in there before we let you go, because your roots are really in where? North Carolina? Where are you from?
Well, I was born in North Carolina, but as a teenager, moved to South Carolina and went to school in South Carolina at University of South Carolina, the Naval ROTC, and into the Navy right at that particular time. And but now I moved to Tennessee specifically to be on that the Bird Dog Museum and all the facilities there. And if I have enough time, I would like to just state that the Bird Dog Foundation was established and received a 501c3 status from the IRS, and it provides an umbrella for the National Bird Dog Muse, the Field Trial Hall of Fame,
Yes.
our Wildlife Heritage Center, which is our education arm, the National Retriever Museum, and a new wing that we call the Continental Breeds Wing.
It's great.
And you combine all of those things, and you've got a sporting dog center that we just like for people to stop by and take a look at.
Well, I'm looking at, you say you've been in bird dog, you've been a bird dog advocate for 85 years.
Well, I don't ever remember even not having a bird dog in our family from the time I had my first remembrance until I still got 6 dogs to this day. And even in the Navy, I had dogs, but I kept them at my dad's place. And so I do a lot of still hunting, but I've just about eased out the field trial business because I'm sort of like Larry Ray.
Uh-oh.
No more horses.
Don't put that on me and everything like that. But I know the one thing that you guys made sure that you got the stars and stripes and the Tennessee state flag flying 24/7 at that new that new recognition wall, don't you?
That's correct. And one of the beautiful things, if you just happen to go by at night, it is gorgeous to see that flag flying at night with the well-lighted lights that we have on the thing. It's just it's worth the trip just to take a look at the flag.
It is that. It's a wonderful place to do. And, Gary, we appreciate you being on with us this morning, guy. And when's that 93rd birthday? When's your birthday?
In August, so just a couple more months, and I'll be a senior citizen.
You'll be a senior citizen. Oh, my gosh. All right, buddy. We really appreciate you. Thank you for being with us, and as always, look forward to seeing you down the road, okay?
Okay, Larry, we appreciate all that you do for us in the bird dog world, okay?
All right, buddy. Take care. All right.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right, Captain Gary Lockee.
Special guy. And,
I can't go on. And this is a special weekend, I think, of my uncle who passed away at the age of 92. I didn't even know he won the Purple Heart till he was 85. He never talked about World War II, and I get teary-eyed now just thinking about him because he's the man that helped me become what I've ever learned in the outdoors was my Uncle Perry. So this Memorial Weekend and his birthday would be May 30th. My uncle would be on May 30th. So Gary Lockee's kind of like my uncle when I hear about this. That don't ever take this country for granted, folks out there. You know me, and you know Ron Wong, and Bill's the same way. I mean, we've all got roots here, and I worry about our country today, but I know it's in safe hands as long as God's in control. So that's the way I am. Okay?
Amen.
All right, let's take a break. Come right back, and this is kind of off the wall. You're going to wonder why I'm talking about heated footwear. I don't know either, but I love them, okay? All right, we'll be right back on Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790.
You can find